65 million years ago, Earth looked totally different. The continents were all joined together, a supercontinent called Pangaea. The air was thicker, the weather was warmer, and the forests stretched from pole to pole. There were no ice caps, no grass, and no flowers, just giant ferns and conifers. Insects the size of birds buzzed around, and in the swamps, the first dinosaurs began to rule. Now, when it came to food, dinosaurs didn't mess around. The plant eaters like Brachiosaurus or Diplodocus were massive. They needed hundreds of kilos of leaves every single day. And since they couldn't chew, they swallowed stones to grind their food inside their stomachs. Smart move, right? Then came the meat eaters, the kings and queens of chaos. Tyrannosaurus Rex had a bite force strong enough to crush a car. But scientists say it might have been a scavenger too, stealing food from other hunters. Even the peaceful ones like Triceratops had dangerous horns, and Ankylosaurus came with its own built-in wrecking ball tail. Basically, Jurassic times were not for the weak. Believe it or not, dinosaurs weren't just roaring monsters. Some were surprisingly caring parents. Scientists have found fossilized nests showing parents guarding eggs and even feeding their babies, just like birds. Some dinosaurs had colorful feathers, not for flight, but for flirting. Yep, they showed off their feathers to impress, kind of like a prehistoric fashion show. Others, like Parasaurolophus, had long crests on their heads that worked like musical trumpets. They probably called each other across miles for love, danger, or maybe just gossip. Not all dinosaurs were dumb giants. Some, like Truden, had big eyes, sharp senses, and one of the largest brains for its size. They could see in the dark, hunt with precision, and maybe even plan attacks. Velociraptors might have hunted in packs, showing teamwork and strategy. It wasn't just brute force, it was intelligence that helped them survive for millions of years. But one day, everything changed. 66 million years ago, a 6 miles wide giant asteroid crashed into Earth. The explosion was louder than anything the planet had ever heard. Fire spread, the sky turned black, and the temperature dropped. Plants died, then the herbivores, then the predators. It was the end of an era, the fall of the greatest rulers Earth had ever known. But the story doesn't end there. A few small feathered dinosaurs survived. They evolved, adapted, and took to the skies, becoming what we now call birds. Every pigeon, every sparrow, every eagle, they're all distant relatives of dinosaurs. In other words, the dinosaurs never really disappeared, they just learned to fly. Dinosaurs ruled this planet for 165 million years, longer than any other group of animals. Their bones may be buried, but their legacy still walks, swims, and flies around us. They were powerful, beautiful, and surprisingly alive. This was the secret lives of dinosaurs, because every fossil has a heartbeat if you listen closely enough.